Southwest Floridians among the nation's wealthiest. By June Fletcher. Daily News. Some Southwest Floridians are among the richest people in America, according to Forbes magazine. The Jersey City, New Jersey-based business magazine released its closely watched list of America's wealthiest Americans this week, called the Forbes 400. Together, they had a record combined net worth of $2.4 trillion. Dan Alexander, an associate editor at Forbes, said the staff calculates an individual's net worth by looking at revenue statements and other financial filings, if they head a public company. If the company is privately held, the staff compares its performance to comparable public firms, as well as talking to competitors, customers, suppliers and Wall Street analysts. If it's an egg company, we figure out a price per egg, he said. 40 Floridians made the list, compared with 35 last year. Because of Florida's favorable tax climate, we're seeing more and more billionaires move to the state, Alexander said. Particularly for those working in the financial industry, who bring in so much cash relative to assets, the tax implications can be huge. Topping the list for the Sunshine State at $12.6 billion is Thomas Peterfy, a Hungarian-born immigrant who arrived in the U.S. speaking no English, and so turned to programming. He pioneered electronic trading on Wall Street and later became an interactive discount broker. In Southwest Florida, 3 Naples residents moved up the list from last year. The wealthiest is Shahid Khan, 66, with $6.9 billion. A Pakistani immigrant who arrived in the U.S. at age 16 and washed dishes to help pay for his college education, Khan eventually became an engineer. His design for a one-piece truck bumper paved the way for his success as an auto parts maker. His privately held company Flex & Gate has 62 plants and 13,000 companies worldwide. Owner of a 312-foot yacht worth $200 million called the Kismet, Khan moved up the ranking to 70 from 84 in 2015. Alexander said Khan's rise was due not just to a strong performance of his company but because the valuation of the National Football League team he owns, the Jacksonville Jaguars, rose from $1.48 billion to $1.59 billion over the year. The valuation of all NFL teams is going gangbusters, he said. Some of the teams may not be making big profits, but they're a limited asset. Also climbing up in the rankings is Reinhold Schmidjing, founder and chief executive officer of Arthrex, who moved to 128 from 135 on last year's list. With a net worth of $4.4 billion, the 61-year-old executive founded and oversees a privately owned company that has developed more than 9,500 products used in joint surgeries and is looking to expand its facilities in North Naples. Everyone in medical devices is doing well, Alexander said. Tom Golisano, 74, jumped to 232 from 293 on the Forbes rankings. Founder of the payroll firm Paychecks, which he started with $3,000 in 1971, Golisano was active politically in his native state of New York. But he left to escape its heavy tax burden in 2009, noting at the time that by domiciling in Florida, I will personally save $13,800 every single day. Alexander said the Naples resident moved up in the rankings because his publicly traded firm has seen both its stock and dividends rise. He's worth $2.9 billion, Forbes says. Moving slightly down the list was Bonita Springs resident Richard Schultz, who dropped to 239 from 234 in the rankings. Founder and chairman emeritus of the Best Buy chain of superstores, the 75-year-old father of 10 is spending more time on his family foundation, which supports health and education causes. Eventually he plans to give away $1 billion of his fortune, which Forbes pegs at $2.8 billion. He's not strictly in Best Buy now. He's sold a lot of shares, Alexander said. He has other liquid investments. Forbes said the richest man in America, for the 23rd consecutive year, is Bill Gates, with a net worth of $81 billion. Second place went to Jeff Bezos, whose $67 billion net worth was due to a spike in Amazon shares. Bezos knocked Warren Buffett out of the second spot, which he had held for 15 years. Buffett is worth $65.5 billion, Forbes said. Con.